This is the all-new Porsche Macan and it's had quite a makeover. So there's no more fuel engines, it's now electric only. There are a few different types from the fast to the very fast. Like this one, it's the top of the range Macan Turbo. So in this video, we're going to take a look around inside and outside and take it for a drive. I'm Caroline and this is the Carzone YouTube channel. You can get your hands on a Macan from just under €89,000. If you want this Macan Turbo, you're looking at closer to €129,000 before you start adding any options. But doesn't this look good? It really is a beautiful looking car, so sleek, so aerodynamic in its design. Because it's the turbo, it gets the Porsche badge in monochrome. You've got these almost iconic now Porsche 4-point daytime running lights. Below that you have your main beam. And this colour is aventurine green metallic. The standard wheel size is 20-inch. This one is on 22-inch. There's this really nice side blade here. You can get different finishes for that. And then of course the famous Porsche fly line here towards the rear of the car. Look how sleek and aerodynamic this car is. And that's all about getting the most range out of your battery. So here's where you charge it. And it has a 100 kilowatt hour battery, that's 95 kilowatt hour usable. This is truly outstanding when it comes to charging. It has an 800 volt charging architecture, so it can go from 10 to 80% charge in just 21 minutes if you can find a suitably rapid charger for this. There's also 11 kilowatt onboard AC. There's this beautiful full width tail light and the famous turbo badge, which of course has adorned many high performance Porsche cars over the years, and now the brand is continuing the tradition on their most potent electric models as well. There is an adaptive rear spoiler and that creates some downforce when you're going really very fast. Let's check out boot space because there's actually a little bit more than in the previous version. So it's up to 540 litres, but if you go for the turbo there's a bit less. It's 480 litres, and that's to accommodate a subwoofer under the boot floor. But it's a really good space, a wide opening, and there's also some practical features like buttons to let down the rear seats. This car sits on a longer wheelbase than the previous version, so there's a bit more legroom than before. Now, if you did have a taller driver, I think there would be less legroom here. That seat is set for me, but it's really comfortable back here and you're sitting a bit lower than in the previous car as well. There are a few creature comforts as well. You've got tri-zone climate control, USB-C ports, and of course there's also an armrest here with some cup holders. So not a bad way to travel at all. Inside, it's unmistakable as anything other than a Porsche. The quality is top notch, really nice materials there in the dashboard and the doors. You get these gorgeous sports seats as well, embossed with the Porsche name. The cabin is a nice mix of both analog and digital. So you've got the full digital driver display, no cowl on that, which is quite interesting. The touchscreen here in the centre, and also you can spec a separate screen for your passenger over there, which is quite cool. But Porsche have kept some traditional switchgear as well, which is really nice in the cabin of this. So you've got physical controls down here for the ventilation, things like your heated seats, and a traditional clock. So this is the first Porsche to be built on the new PPE platform, which is not what you think it is. It's premium platform electric, and that was jointly developed with Audi, and it underpins their Q6 e-tron as well. But of course, this being a Porsche, they have done their own tweaks and engineering to this car to make it a Porsche and live up to the pedigree of this brand. So for instance, there's a different electric motor on the rear axle, and it's positioned a little bit further back as well, just to give this a more rear wheel drive bias, even though this one is 4-wheel drive, just to make it more playful and agile. It is so much fun to drive. You've got this nice slim steering wheel as well. Your drive modes are really conveniently placed here on the steering wheel, and you can go through a few of them, like Sport, obviously, and Sport Plus. And you've got a little bit of artificial noise there as well, but it's so agile. The handling is really, really good, very fast and reactive steering, so it does feel like a sports car from behind the wheel. There are a few different options. So the entry-level Macan is single motor rear wheel drive with a range up to about 640 kilometers according to Porsche, and that will be the most efficient of the lineup as well. Then there's the Macan 4 dual motor, then the 4S with even a bit more power and performance, and then of course the range topper, the Macan Turbo. It's obviously a very high spec car as well. This turbo comes with air suspension as standard, so it gives that better balance between comfort and sportiness. And the ride quality is good in this, even it being the top of the range performance model. You also get things like rear axle steering, and it just increases the agility of the car. It tightens up the turning circle as well. The performance figures for this Macan Turbo are incredible. So there is up to 639 horsepower. There's over 1,000 Newton meters of torque, which is just crazy. And 0 to 100 is just 3.3 seconds. And this thing can absolutely take off when you put your foot down. I'm not even giving it a full welly that time either. It is just incredible. I imagine this car would be amazing on a racetrack as well. So I think it does deserve that turbo badge. So that's just a first look at the new Porsche Macan. You can search, as always, for new and used Porsches at carzone.ie. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.